So, today we are going to take apart a gateway, an older gateway model. Put a nice cloth down to protect it, and find something. I use a cut up egg carton to keep the screws in. And it's soft, won't shake around. And tiny screwdriver set, different sizes. What you want to do is flip it over. Start by taking the battery out. Slides out like so. Place that in a safe place. And start with the screws. 4 screws down here underneath the battery center. I want to use the egg carton container and keep track of the screws. Some of them are a little tighter than others. So, there we go. A little pressure. Now you remember which screws go back where, because some of them are different sizes. Take them out. Magnetic screwdrivers work great. Little tiny screws. Lost. And we have those out. Now we start with the chassis screws. Well, it was slightly larger than the other one. Put those in the next one. Each laptop has a different amount of screws. So, some won't come out right away. Loosens all the way up, but they just kind of stick there. Like so. Have out all the chassis screws. Start in the middle. And when you put it back together, you want to snug them, not put them so tight that you cannot get them back out. We're going to take off the panel. This exposes the motherboard and the memory chip. These screws don't come out, they stay inside the panel. Just loosen all these up. Loosen them up till they spin freely. And you should loosen them up every other one. I know there's a particular order to do it. Sometimes you need a different screwdriver. Get in there. You just pull this up like so. Make sure all the screws are out. Put that in a safe place. Careful not to turn it over because the screws are still in there. And you can see you have your memory chips. Here, sometimes you have to take them out and reseat them. The cooling area. Cool out the chip. Here. Take off the panel to the Wi-Fi. See, that's already out. The Wi-Fi card. Sometimes there's an issue with that once let the computer start. We'll leave that out for now. This panel here is for the hard drive. Carefully have no static. Create an issue. So the hard drive comes out like so, if you ever have to replace that. Put that in a safe spot. Now, it should look like this. Now, turn it over, open it up, screen all the way back. You want to open the DVD player so you can take the screws out of that. Do that. Little tiny hole here. Right next to the button, it's a manual release. It pulls out like so. That is held in. There's a little screw right here. We're going to remove that. Oh, careful. Be careful not to stick the screwdriver into the motherboard. Screw that in, put it in a little too tight. That's why I use a magnetic screwdriver. Now that you have that out, the CD slides out just like so. There's our screw. That in a safe place. I'll leave 3 more screws right here. Let's see. Remove those 2 screws. And you should always have a professional do this, if at all possible. You can see these screws are itty bitty tiny. You want to put them in a separate spot. I'll flip it back over. Screw in the area. You flip it over, you see there's 2 more screws back here. Remove those. Towers are very much easier to work with. Put those in the right spot.